Well, let's get right into it. So we're going to start with Zom 100, episode 7, Truck Stop of the Dead. Akira is still trying to repay Chief Kosugi by working for him at the truck stop for a few days. But there seems to be some other plans and some ulterior motives. Will Team Akira find a way to escape this hellish place? So the episode starts off with like a flashback to Shizuka's childhood. If you guys don't remember, Shizuka is the wrist girl. She's the stone-faced bitch who turned our boy down a few times.
Yeah. Then she got raised up. She didn't know what to do with herself.
So this flashback had me fucked up, dude.
Yeah, man.
She wanted a puppy, and she found some like stray dog that was like needed to be taken care of, and her dad basically was like, "You got to focus on success. Toss aside the weak. Don't waste your time. Only do what you need to succeed." And basically was like, "Fuck dogs." So I don't like this guy at all.
Yeah, no, he's a terrible human being, it seems. And just going through everything that happened in Chiku's past in relation to him, it was very strict. I mean, we come to find later in the episode that he found the dog she was taking care of and put him down. That's some brutal shit to do to a young child.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, no, for real. He's a sack of shit.
But we did learn a lot about why Shizuka acts the way she does. And it's basically like she just had to obey her father, or else he would have like put her out in the street. Like quite literally, he was that ruthless.
Yeah, I mean that's no way to raise a kid, you know. And now I feel more sympathetic to Shizuka because I mean she's just doing what she's taught, and you know if your whole life is like that, of course you're going to treat other people in a similar way. Although I would say she's much more compassionate than I would expect somebody that was raised like that to be.
Yeah, she's definitely not a robot, you know. And this episode actually made me like her character a lot.
Yes,
She did some really cool shit.
yeah. I mean, I felt like this was her episode above anything else. The story progressed, but like this was the spotlight was on her. She did all the plot pushing here. She was the catalyst, and I'm really glad she's a part of the team now. She's got some depth to her.
Yeah, definitely, man. So going back to the current time and place, we are at the truck stop. Kosugi is celebrating with his crew. You know, they're having that celebration after Akira got caught putting the beers in the fridge to cool him down for everybody. And Kosugi took all the credit. And this poor old lady goes to pour him a beer. And he basically smacks it out of her hand and says, "Why would I want a beer poured by an old hag like you?" Which I fucking hate this guy too.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of sexist shit. In this anime, you know, like a nice old lady comes to pour you a beer at a bar, you're like, "Thank you, I appreciate that." Honestly, anybody that'll pour me a beer, I'm gonna be like, "Thank you." You know what I'm saying?
I mean, shit, dude. My favorite flavor of beer is free, and if somebody's pouring it for me, I'm in. I'm in. That's the best kind of beer. Followed by cold.
Yes, but yeah, he sees Shizuka over in the corner, like you know, kind of watching our boy Akira get bitched down and getting talked shit to, and he's like, you know, why don't you come over here, take a seat, and you know, pour me a beer. And Buddy gets a little wild. He's like, you know what, you know, pour another, and this time you drink it, and the camera like focuses on her drinking the beer, and he gets really creepy and it's like, yeah, you swallow like a champ, etc., etc. I did not see that coming in this anime. I did not know they were gonna go there like that. And he like tells her like, you know, there's something else I would like you to swallow, and I was taken aback by this. Um, Talking to anybody in that way is just nuts, and like he's just so out of touch with reality and like how he should be treating other people. It's wild.
Yeah, man. I wanted to go through my TV and punch this guy in the face. Like, you don't talk, especially when you're like some like 40-year-old man. You do not talk to like a young woman like that. That is just so fucking disgusting.
It's repulsive. They are doing a good job at making us hate this character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're. I mean, the writers are doing their jobs.
If any of you guys listening like Kosugi, you can just stop listening to our podcast. We don't want you doing it.
Yeah, reevaluate your life if you've ever talked to a woman like that. Like for real.
I mean, unless she's into it.
Only by request, boys. Only by request. So like from here, we start to get into further into that flashback we were talking about with Chikuza, and how she was always told what to do because she just did it. Like, and she didn't even like say anything to him when he came out of pocket like that. Which I thought she was a little tougher than that. I thought she was like a very hard person prior to this episode, and she was saying she got told what to do so much as a child. She thought her name was Anita. What, Dan? I tried to Google this and figure out what the hell they meant by that, but I couldn't find. I think the word Anita in Japanese means grace, so I'm not sure if there's like a translation error or something, but not really sure what she meant by that.
Yeah, I'm Googling it right now because I thought it might have been like maybe the way like you say do as you're told or something like that. Sounds like Anita.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but I couldn't find a translation of that, but
Okay.
I'm guessing that's what she meant.
It had to be something like that. But it just the translation's messed up between Japanese and English in some way, the where we can't figure out what it means. So it turns out Shizuka's father was like a finance man that like built this massive company from the ground up, and he was feared by other businessmen the world around. And she ends up like hiding that puppy that we were talking about, and like it's sick, and she nurses it back to health. It won't even bark. She in a few weeks it's like barking and like wagging its tail again. It'll eat, and she gets called into her father's office at some point, and he's like, "Oh, so you want to be a doctor?" And I was, I'm thinking that's very, um, that's admirable of her, doctor. And then he says, doctors, lawyers, we use those kinds of people. That's too risky. That's not good enough. You can do better than that. And then he proceeds to say, I saw your possessions in that room up there, and I first of all, he referred to a puppy as a possession. I have pets. I would not say like they're my pets, but like I wouldn't call them my possessions. That's something for inanimate objects.
Yeah,
That's not what you say about your
It's
pets.
a freaking member of your family, dude.
Right. Exactly. Um, and yeah, he said I had it put down by the Humane Society, and of course that just breaks her. And he kind of goes on to say, you know, you you have me, you have me to thank for all this luxury, and all you need to do is shut up and obey me. And come to find out, that's the same thing that Kosugi tells Akira when he's like manipulating him in this episode. Man, this is just it's a heartbreaker.
Oh yeah, this was definitely a rough episode. And I did translate do as you're told.
Uh-huh.
And the first word, if you were to say it in English, is anata. So I think
Oh,
we're on the right track
okay.
here.
Anata. Okay.
I think we're on the right track here.
Yeah, yeah. You got it. You knocked that one out the park, my friend. But yeah, Akira like drops some food, and Kozuki's like, you might need to stay over the weekend for that. You wasted my food, even though it was all canned food. Did you notice that?
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, he's on some crazy bullshit. But yeah, he's like gaslighting Akira. The only reason I'm so hard on you is because I have confidence in your abilities, so you should stay. I believe in you, even though I call you literally no better than a zombie, and you're a piece of a company possession, as he says. Um, and he went and said some crazy shit again. Like this man's on a tear right now, and he ends up saying, decide. Freedom's tough, man. If you leave these walls, there's zombies out there, and then you have to decide what to eat and where to sleep and when to take a shit, bro. Like you do you really want to do that? And I've never really had problems that I didn't know when or where to take a shit.
Yeah. If I need somebody to tell me to hit the bathroom, we're gonna have some problems.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a lot of laundry to do.
I like how you put that. I mean, what do you think about his manipulation tactics, though?
I mean, it definitely works. Like there's a lot of people in the world who actually act like that.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
they use and abuse you, but they make it seem like they're taking care of you. It's like really fucked up. I want to punch this guy in the face.
Yeah, and then the fact that there's people that are really like this in the world, I think it's there's like less hate for villains that do things that are kind of just like ridiculous in anime. But when it's just an old fart being abusive to people and gaslighting them into control and domination, it's you see like stuff like that in your real life. Like I mean, I've had a boss that would do things like this. Not he wouldn't tell us we were shit or anything like that, but to make you stay working there, he would kind of go hot and cold on you. And like, I'm seeing this, and like people are responding to it how he wants them to. So it was eerie seeing this too for me.
Oh, definitely, man. But yeah, no, overall, like, fuck Kasugi.
Yeah,
I wish he got
100%.
eaten by. I was hoping he got eaten by zombies. It would have been
Yes,
very,
yes,
really satisfying for me.
yeah. And I mean, Kasugi is just like a mirror to Shizuka's father. That's why they're showing us all these flashbacks, and she's been in this situation before, and she didn't. She responded to it how Akira's responded to it right now. She just did what she was told. But eventually Shizuka finds like the bucket list in the RV, and we get a change in the tone of the story. And she writes down number 37, which we'll reveal once we get around to it. But soon after that, Team Akira tries to leave. His 3 days of work are over, and the team's all better. Kensho is feeling good. He's like, I'm sorry about that, guys, and but he's good to go now. He's good. The muscle's back. And Akira's like, they're walking back to the RV, and Akira's like, you know what, guy? He's like hunched over. He has like you remember those eyes from what was it? Blue Lock. Like when they had like their striker demon take over, it's like those squiggly line eyes.
Yeah, he had the crazy guy eyes, but it was an
Yeah.
entirely different type of crazy. He was
Yeah.
so beaten down and tired, and he couldn't even think. And I think he was confused. It was kind of like when you like see in Pokemon when they use confusion and their eyes get all squiggly.
Yes, it was exactly like that. Tough to see our boy looking like that and feeling that way. And he just kind of freezes up in front of this guy, which is super, super sad. But yeah, Kira's like, I'm gonna stay, and Shizuka's like, fine, like if you want to stay, like I'm out of here. Like Kensha, let's go, let's bounce. But then he says the magic words for Shizuka. He goes, "I need to repay him for what he's done." And Shizuka flips a fucking switch. She was about to hop on that RV, and she's like, "Nah, that's not it. Didn't want to hear that." But Dan, you want to go into it a little bit?
Yeah, definitely, man. So like I said, Akira's basically planning on staying, and Shizuko comes in and says, "I'm out, but I'm going to leave you with some words of advice." And she just goes on a rant. It was fucking awesome. And she basically says that, like, until today, I was just like you, and you helped me break that spirit and become a more free person. And she won't give herself over to anybody again. And she basically is telling Akira, like, what about yourself? Like, your free will is yours. Nobody can take that from you. And basically puts his notebook, his bucket list in his chest. And she wrote number 37 on it. Tell off my jerk of a boss. And I fucking loved that. And
Yes.
seeing that and kind of going through the bucket list and seeing all the awesome memories that he has in such a short time, basically made him snap out of this. And he tells off Kasugi pretty good. So he's like, "What
Yeah.
about the debt you owe me?" He's like, "I won't be able to repay that. My apologies." He says my apologies like 8 times with the biggest shit eating grin on his face.
It was like the nicest telling off I've ever seen. He was like, "Yeah, I no longer want to work for you. I don't ever want to see you again. You try to make everybody work, and you don't do anything yourself. I'm not a zombie, and I don't want to. I'd rather be a zombie and get eaten by them than live like one." And I was like, "That's pretty powerful. That's some resolve right there. I love that." And you can kind of see the crowd like kind of breaking out of this spell too. And they're like, wow, we were all thinking that, but somebody finally said it.
Oh, definitely, man. And this is the scene too where we kind of get some an unexpected turn of events in this safe haven truck stop they have going on. And so a couple of the guys on his crew were out doing like a run to find food and supplies. And a zombie snuck into the back of their truck. And that shit just turns into a total whirlwind. Like, the zombie comes out, bites one of the crew members. The other guy driving the truck starts to panic and like plows into a truck that releases a bunch of their slave zombies. And a lot of people start getting bit. I mean, no longer a safe haven in any means,
Hmm.
and it just kind of threw this whole camp in a disarray.
Yeah,
And the only one who could stand up and start making like good decisions was Akira.
exactly. And like, the workers started panicking. They were not listening to the boss there, Kazuki. And like that kind of just shows you like the underlying distrust they have of him. If anything were to go wrong, they were going to leave him anyway. And Akira, the rest of the team Akira is like standing on the trucks telling people what to do, and they round up all the zombies and kind of just blow them up with some propane.
Love that.
Yeah, so Akira is really the hero of the situation.
Oh, definitely. And it was all his idea too. Like basically he told the crew, like, hey, I've got a plan. We've got to corral all the zombies around this food truck, and food trucks like bats that have a propane tank on them. So he loosened it up, basically caused a gas leak. And this is after he saved Kasugi's life too. So it's him and Kasugi up on top of the food truck, and the crew comes around. He lights a flare. They jump off, and he drops the flare. And I mean, cool guys don't look at explosions, dude. 100% right here.
True.
He's jumping through. There's a huge explosion behind him. It was fucking badass.
Yeah, and I thought the decision by Akira to save Kazuki was very interesting, but also good for his character. It showed he still has a good heart. He didn't give a damn about the guy, but he doesn't want to see him get eaten by zombies either. And Kensho was confused. I would have been confused too. Like if somebody was talking to my boy crazy and we were about to leave, and some unfortunate things happened as we were leaving the door, I might not look back. Just from how crazy he was acting. I'm not a psychopath. um, I would have been asking him the same question, but a good boy Akira here, saves the day, saves the whole camp, and his former boss there. So great moment, just an
Oh,
overall really great moment.
definitely, man. And when he's saving him, I think he says something along the lines of like, watching somebody get eaten by a zombie wasn't on my bucket list. And I loved that line.
That
That
was
was
a great
awesome.
rebuttal, yeah. And then after that, we kind of just get see the crew driving away, and well, before that actually, the crew's leaving, and the boss is still trying to take care of, still trying to say, "Oh, my subordinates, you guys are great. I knew you guys would fix this." And everybody's like, man, I fuck you. Like you're a lazy asshole, and you've gaslit us to being in this fucked up society that you run. We're out. Like we don't work for you anymore. And his insecurity and lack of control, he starts crying about it. It's like pleading with him, please, no, guys, don't leave. It's tough out there, still trying to gaslight a little bit, but he's like, wasn't I such a good boss? And he knows that's not true, but he's hoping he can get some stragglers, which he doesn't. So he,
Damn shame.
yeah,
Nah.
Akira and the gang bust up the whole operation, um, freeing the whole little society they had going on there. And then after that, we get Shizuka and Akira talking in the RV going down the road. And Akira's a little distraught. He's like, maybe I'm not cut out for work either at all. I've had two jobs now, and they both sucked ass. And Shizuka, in her little turn of heart, there, she says, "There's no rush for a job. Do what you want and enjoy it." And so we got some good crack character growth out of her, and she kind of tells Akira, so, new jobs come up every day. Look for something that you like doing, and take your
Like,
time, brother.
yeah, I really like that. She's like, all these new jobs have been created in the last 100 years. She talked about like
Yes.
esport athletes, all this other stuff. And she's like, you're in no rush,
Podcasters.
man. Podcasters, hobby.
A hobby, yes. I mean, some people do it as a job, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But
Maybe,
yeah, I
maybe
mean,
one day.
maybe one day, my friend. Maybe one day. But yeah, it was cool to see her like transform during this episode. And when she said I was like you until today, I really didn't think that that change was that recent for her. I figured maybe when she got away from her father, she would start to change naturally. But she said it was really Akira that spurred that. Even in his, I guess, lowly state that he was in, he still had the ability to inspire her. Amazing
Definitely, man.
stuff. Hard
Oh,
hitting episode right here.
yeah, it was definitely a really good one. I enjoyed it. I wish Kosugi got eaten, but I'm a
So
dick.
bad.
So
Yeah, so bad. That would have been so satisfying. But I think his time's gonna come, regardless.
yeah,
But
he's not lasting much longer out there with no help.
nah, no cronies.